In order to build a healthy gut, we have to stay away from antibiotics and junk food as much as possible and embrace probiotics and prebiotics. Take a look. The good news is we can turn things around and build a better gut in 3 easy steps. Get rid of the bad stuff, put good bacteria in our gut, then feed it right so it grows. Microbiome researcher Dr. Jay Bajaj recommends making a direct deposit by eating foods that contain these living, healthy bugs.
The things that can help a healthy gut microbes are diets that have fermented products, and by fermented products, I do not mean beer.
Fermented food contains good bacteria called probiotics. You can find it throughout your grocery store if you know where to look. Kimchi and other fermented vegetables are in the produce department. There's also kombucha, a fermented tea, and in the dairy department, kefir drinks and yogurt, the right kind of yogurt.
You have to be very careful when you look at the nutritional information that you do not take yogurt that is so high in sugar that it actually negates the beneficial effect of the microbes in it.
In addition to food, probiotic supplements can also help build levels of good bacteria. According to Dr. Gerard Mullen, author of The Gut Balance Revolution, you must choose carefully because all supplements aren't always the real deal.
If I'm in the store, I would go more towards where there's a refrigerator. For some people, 10 billion a day is fine. For others, 30 billion is the sweet spot.
Researcher Dr. Gail Kresge says the next step is to take care of the good bacteria living in our body.
I like to think of the gut microbiome. You have trillions of pets living inside your intestinal tract. And just like you would feed your cat or your dog, you want to give them good food. You also need to think that when you're eating, you're not just fueling yourself, you're fueling all those little pets living inside of you. So you need to feed them what they want to be fed. And if you do, then they'll behave properly for you, right?
And that's where prebiotics come in, namely fiber.
All of these have different forms of fiber, right? And when you consume different vegetables, each of them will have predominance of one fiber versus the other.
Same with fruit, but instead of reaching for old reliables like bananas, which contain high sugar, try berries instead. And the list goes on. Radishes, jicama, dandelion greens, whole grain oatmeal, flaxseed, and beans all give you fiber.
Often I'm asked, how do you recommend people eat? And I say it's really simple. You can ask yourself a question. Did God make this or did man make this? Did God make a Twinkie? No. Did God make an avocado? Yeah.
And one of the best things we can do for our kids is start them off on the right road to a healthy gut.
Really about the age of 2 to 3 is where the child's microbiome is more reflective of what you'll see as an adult. Primarily, the colonization of the gut microbiota occurs through the delivery process.
The factor is whether you're born through the vaginal canal, natural childbirth, and we acquire the maternal flora, or a C-section, which has skin microbes, which can be more harmful for us, and it's harder and slower to develop the microbiome when you're born by C-section.
Breast milk actually has probiotics and has prebiotics in it as well. And formula companies realize this and try to mimic breast milk as much as possible. And they may have some formulations that have added prebiotic and probiotic, but it's not enough. It's not like that entire composition that you get, what you find in breast milk.
Then as kids get older, keep them on the straight and narrow by exposing them to diverse good bacteria in solid food and nature.
Our body gets exposed to bacteria and our immune system develops around that, and that sets your lifetime immune system up. So the more exposure you have early on, the easier it is for you to go through and get exposure to those things later in life and not have a bad reaction to them. We all grew up playing in dirt and it didn't hurt us, and it probably kept us healthy and having a strong immune system.
We hope you learned a lot from our show about the gut microbiome. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lori Johnson. We'll see you again on the next Healthy Living.